Hey everybody, this is DIY Coach Al over here at Lawn Care and Home Repair. Do you know that all you really need in order to grow grass is just to have some basic grass seed and water it on a regular basis? Definitely got to make sure we have Mother Nature help us out with that sun. That's really all you need in order to grow grass. Now, if you really want to grow a nice lawn, we're going to have to do a little bit more than just throw some grass seed down, put some water on it, and hope that Mother Nature does her job. We're going to go a little journey today. Take y'all with me. Let me show you exactly what you need to do in order to have a good lawn. I'm going to show you everything that you need to have good grass and a good lawn. Really isn't that hard. We just have to make sure that we have the right equipment. Spreader, lawnmower, dethatcher, backpack sprayer. Yeah, I'm going to show you the tools that you need in order to have a good lawn. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Cue the music. DIY Coach Al here at Lawn Care and Home Repair, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to shoot a video just to let you know the basics of what you need in order to basically grow grass, but also I'm just going to be honest about it. If you really want to get that nice green luscious grass that you see, not just myself, my grass is actually still pretty much in maybe half and half dormancy. It's really green in some areas. I can see where it's obviously still dormant in some areas. You'll see a video scrolling of exactly what my yard looks like when it's matured, when it's come out of dormancy. It really does pop. It really does look good. It's something that you just enjoy coming out looking at the fruits of your labor. But really, if you just want to grow grass, just grow grass, all you need is the water. You need sun. And you need to have some basic grass seed. Now, with that being said, not all things are created equal. Not all grass seed is going to give you that lush green lawn that you're looking for. The bag that I showed at the beginning is basic Scott's. I've also used Pennington, and those cultivars are not bad, but the newer cultivars are engineered in a way that they can withstand drought, they can withstand heat, they can withstand disease like lawn fungus. But if you really want to have a nice green lawn, we are going to have to do a little more work. And I've actually had some of my neighbors come by my front yard, my backyard. In fact, one of my neighbors reached out to me on social media, not through YouTube, but just a community app. I think it's called Nextdoor. Reached out and said, hey, I just really want to get my grass looking like yours. Can you show me what you did? And my wife and I went over and just did an analysis of his lawn, not a soil analysis, just an analysis of his lawn. And I asked him if he had a dethatcher because he had so much thatch and dead grass. It's basically a new home. And he said, yeah, I have a dethatcher. It's in the house. And when he went to get his dethatcher, it wasn't right here what I have Orange Crush right here, my dethatcher Scarifier, or my pull behind dethatcher right here. What he actually had was a Whiz seed spreader, Scott's Whiz seed spreader. He just didn't know. And I said, hey, I went on Amazon, showed him some pictures of things that he's going to need to get in order to really get his lawn going. But it dawned on me, he's not the only one. So many of us didn't really know what we needed in order to have a nice green lawn. Myself, like other people, we just saw what other people had and we said, yeah, we want some of that. So what I want to do today is just show you the tools, the equipment that I use on my lawn to have that nice green lawn. What I'm going to do is just pause you for a second, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you everything over there on that table and what it's used for. Be right back. Okay, so I want to show you the equipment that I use in order to get my lawn looking good and stay looking good. There is a difference, as I said before, between some of the things that you're going to find in the big box stores and the things that you may have to kind of go to some other places to find better quality materials. I use Yard Mastery. I use DoMyOwn.com. There are some YouTubers like Jesse over at Lawn Life Vlogs. There's GCI. Ryan Noor has his grass seed. Ron Henry has products. You can actually go online and you can find some of these things. But let me show you what I use. In order to really get my grass looking good, one of the things you're going to need is something like this. This is a spreader. Now, you don't need to have a spreader like that. It's a seed spreader, fertilizer spreader. Whenever I'm using granular products, sometimes I'll just use this. This is a Whiz. It's a battery operated spreader, but I also have basically the hand crank spreader. What that does is allows you to spread that seed in a pattern where you're actually getting more seed on the ground. Now, there are different type of spreaders. I have a rotary spreader. I know that Princess Cut, he uses a drop spreader, which I believe actually is better because instead of that seed scattering everywhere, it really hits the ground. Now, if you're really going to do a project like seeding, you want to make sure you cut your grass down low. One of the things that you need in order to get your yard looking consistently good is that you have to have a lawnmower. Now, there are different types of lawnmowers. There are ones with the combustion engines that we normally see around. Then there are also battery operated equipment that we can use. I just bought this Ego last year. Her name is Spicy. Some of my twos I like to name. But you want to make sure your yard is cut. You can have the best grass blade in the world, but if it's just growing out wild, then it's not going to look good. So you want to make sure you have a basic lawnmower. The other thing that I do after I cut my grass, after I seed my grass, I put it down with my spreader. I use this thing right here. This is a lawn roller. Now, the other lawnmower I have that you saw me riding on, that's Little Mama. Little Mama is a lawn tractor. The benefit of having something like a lawn tractor or a zero turn is that you can connect this equipment to it through a linchpin. So I actually connect my roller onto Little Mama over there so that I can get that seed to soil contact, make it a little better. If you look back at some of my other videos, you'll see how I connect this to Little Mama over there and roll it around. That helps to press that seed to the soil. Now, some of the other things that I use when I'm doing my yard to get it where, I think I went out the picture, to get my lawn where I wanted it to be is this right here. This is a dethatcher. This is also something that I can connect to the back of my lawnmower. Now, whenever I'm using this particular dethatcher, these tines here, they're just not, they're not too close together. So whenever you're doing dethatching with a pull behind dethatcher, you're not going to get as much of the thatch out. It's actually good that you're getting some of it out, but you're not going to get as much. What I use when I'm really trying to do a good dethatching on my yard, I use Orange Crush right here. This is a dethatcher and a scarifier. Now you may ask, DIY Coach Al, why do you need to dethatch? Okay, why do you need to dethatch your lawn? Thatch is that layer that sits on top of your soil. Thatch in and of itself is not bad. It's actually healthy for your grass. But if you have too much thatch in your grass and you try to seed, you try to put nutrients down, you try to put water down, the water, the seed, the nutrients is not going to get to your soil because you have too much thatch on that grass. So it's imperative, if you really want to get good seed to soil contact, if you're really trying to get your grass growing, you've got to get some of that thatch up. Now, this particular dethatcher, scarifier, is a battery operated one. You don't have to get a battery operated one. You can get one that's electrical. But in order to really get your ground ready for that seed, you have to make sure you get that thatch up. Otherwise, you're going to drop that seed on top of that thatch. It won't get down to your soil. And when that happens, you're basically just wasting your grass seed. Now, I use a higher quality grass seed. I use Jonathan Green. I definitely plan on buying, I think it's the Nightshade over at Lawn Life Logs. My understanding from Jesse is that that's actually the darkest grass seed that's on the market now, at least turf type tall fescue, which is what my yard is. But these are some of the things that I also use to help me to get my lawn looking like it does. I use a pump, an electric pump sprayer, because I put chemicals in my grass. When I'm doing fertilizer, I use that pump sprayer in order to put fertilizer. Fertilizer can come in either liquid form or it can be in this granular form. This is Simple Lawn Solution 1648, the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium that's in here. But the reason I like to use a backpack sprayer instead of granular, which I do use granular, the reason I like to use a backpack sprayer is because I can do what's called tank mix. I can put my fertilizer in. If I want to put something like, oh, that's my starter fertilizer. If I want to put something like this RGS, root growth stimulant, I can actually mix these things together in the tank. The benefit of that is that if you're using granular, you cannot typically mix those granular pellets and use your rotary sprayer, your broadcast sprayer, or even your hand sprayer. Being able to tank mix allows you to put different products in your lawn at the exact same time. That's exactly what I do. The other thing that my tank sprayer is good for is that when I have weeds, because no matter how much work you do, you're going to have to deal with some weeds. I use products like this. It's Tenacity. This is what's called a pre-emergent. It suppresses those weeds that keep them from coming up during that time of year that weeds start to come through. It's also a post-emergent. I can use this to kill weeds. I can mix this Tenacity, this mesotrione, in with root growth stimulant. I can mix it in with fertilizer. In fact, when I did my overseeding, I did mix my Tenacity with my starter fertilizer along with my root growth stimulant. These are the tools that you basically need in order to have really good grass. Right here, I have my handheld blower. I'm getting ready to buy another one, a backpack blower. I just want to have it. Makes it a little more convenient. If in fact you want to get a healthy lawn, if you just want grass, you just need the sun, you just need water, you just need seed. But if you really want to grow a nice, healthy lawn, that when people come by, they can see, hey man, you are the envy of the block. We want to do whatever it is that you're doing. These are the tools that I actually use. Now, of all of these tools that I use, the two things that's needed the most to make sure you have healthy grass is this, and it's that sun. Now, that can also, there's a benefit deficit there, because if your grass gets too much water, you can actually start to have disease, fungus. Have you ever seen those mushrooms that sometimes come up in your yard? That's evidence that you have fungus there. So what you want to do is make sure that your grass, a healthy lawn, needs anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 inches of water per week. A basic rain gauge. Put one of these in your yard. It will let you know exactly how much water your grass has gotten. If in fact your grass is not getting enough water, then that's when you need to look at investing in some type of a sprinkler system. I have an in-ground system, but you don't need to get an in-ground system. You can actually just get a system that you can piece together with hoses now. You can put it on a timer, connect it to your outdoor bib. These things are so much more cost effective than using something like an in-ground sprinkler. I wanted to do this video today, like I said, one, I did wanted to just kind of play with my gimbal, but the other thing is that sometimes we really just don't know exactly what we need in order to get that yard looking like that. I spend a lot of time, I have spent a lot of money on my lawn. As a matter of fact, just had a $1,200 water bill. Yikes. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to do that again this summer, but I actually absolutely positively enjoy coming out here riding on my lawn tractor. I just did a video the other day that talks about why we love our lawns. And you can see my grandson on the grass with me, my grandkids coming out doing Easter egg hunts. In order to get your yard looking that nice, luscious green grass that you're just so proud of, you're going to have to do more than just put water down. You're going to have to make sure you're feeding that lawn. You're going to have to make sure you're putting fertilizer down on that lawn. You're going to have to make sure, I don't know if everybody's into it, I like putting biostimulants in my grass. You're going to have to make sure you're cutting that grass. The other thing I didn't show was my hedge trimmer. After you cut your grass, it's like giving it then that pedicure after the manicure. It's not difficult. Once you get your tools together, your equipment together, it's not difficult to get a healthy lawn. It doesn't have to be expensive. All of these tools that I have, my orange crush over there, my dethatcher, my lawn roller, my pull behind dethatcher, my lawnmower, my ride-on lawn tractor, my spreader right there, my backpack sprayer. I didn't have all those things. As a matter of fact, I don't think I had most of these things when I started doing my lawn, and it was looking really good. It was a little more work with the tools that I had, and I said, well, this is not what I do full time. I'm not a full-time YouTuber or anything like that. I said, I need to get some tools that's going to maximize my time, allow me to use my time more efficiently. So getting these tools, I cut about 10,000 square feet when I cut my grass. I cut twice a week when the grass is growing during this time of the year. Sometimes I have to cut even 3 times a year. But having a nice lawnmower that's going to push through that thick grass, when I just don't feel like doing this, I use this one when I want more exercise. I use my lawn tractor when I'm really just trying to get a cut down, may not necessarily do any hedging or trimming or anything like that. But this is basically what you need in order to get a lawn looking like the ones that you see on YouTube. Hey, you guys know what I love to say. At the end of the day, it's about helping somebody else. And when we do things like this, of course, we want to show the fruit of our labor, but we want to help you guys to get a healthy lawn also. If this content helps you in any way, do me a favor, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. If there's something that you think I missed here, I want to hear from you. Also, I would love if you would like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to put some more videos up either over here or over there to show you exactly how I went about getting my lawn looking like it did. As I tell my patients all the time, do something today, tomorrow, next week. Do something on purpose to help pull somebody else up. I guarantee you there's no greater feeling in life than knowing that you've done something for somebody and didn't have to get a reward in return. God bless you. Have a good one.